In Korean traditional culture, turtles are considered a symbol of longevity. Ancient Koreans considered the turtle as one of the 10 generations, symbolizing a long and healthy life. The turtle has become a symbol of long life due to its ability to live for hundreds of years. Turtles have unique physiological characteristics and boast a long lifespan. They can avoid many diseases thanks to their slow metabolic rates and powerful immune systems. Also, turtles have excellent self-healing abilities, so they can recover by themselves even if their shells are damaged. Turtles also play an important role in Korean traditional folk stories and art. For example, in front of Cheongwa-dae at Gyeongbokgung Palace, there are statues of 2 turtles, which wish the country well-being and long life. Also, the Celadon turtle-shaped lotus flower from the Joseon Dynasty contains not only artistic value, but also a wish for a long life. In Korean traditional culture, clouds are mystical beings that symbolize freedom and long life. Clouds, an element of département, float in the sky and represent eternal life. 10 elements of longevity are the 10 elements that symbolize long life in Korea. Among them, clouds are constantly changing, and they symbolize long and infinite life by freely floating in the sky. Clouds are considered immortalized because they constantly change shape, but they never disappear and exist. These attributes of clouds represent eternal life and regeneration. They also frequently appear in Korean traditional art and literature. They are depicted as tools for spiritual beings to move around, or as mystical means for gods to ride. This has led to the cloud becoming a symbol of hope and dreams for those who dream of eternal life. Clouds remind people of life's constant circulation and continuity through their endless reimagining of new forms. In Korean traditional culture, bamboo is a symbol of Buddha and loyalty. Bamboo, one of the 10 longest-lived species, symbolizes longevity and strength thanks to its ability to always remain green and grow straight. Bamboo never loses its greenness even in winter, indicating its persistent vitality. Bamboo is regarded as a symbol of overcoming adversity in life, thanks to its fast-growing nature and elasticity. Also, bamboo has long symbolized the spirit of a scholar, representing humility and integrity inside. Bamboo appears as an important material in Korean traditional art and literature as well. Bamboo patterns engraved on Celadon during the Goryeo dynasty have a wish for a long life, and Joseon writers used to express their strong beliefs through bamboo. Also, bamboo forests often appear as places for scholars to train and meditate. In Korean traditional culture, water is a sacred being that symbolizes immortality. Water is an important element of the teenage years, continuously circulating to support and protect life. 10 elements that have long symbolized life in Korea are the 10 elements. Among them, water is a symbol of endless flow and regeneration, serving as a source of life and as a purification of everything. Where there is water, life forms, thrives, and regenerates. This is also why water symbolizes eternal life. Water also plays an important role in the philosophy of Buddhism and Taoism. Water, as a flexible and powerful being, symbolizes humility by overcoming all obstacles and flowing low. Because of these characteristics, water was considered the source of wisdom and eternal life. In traditional Korean painting, water was also used as an important material to express the cycle and immortality of nature. Painting with water reminds people of constant vitality and hope. Thanks to this special meaning of water, water has been revered as a symbol of eternal life in Korean culture.
In Korean folklore, there's a mythical herb called Bulocho that symbolizes eternal life. This legendary plant is said to grant immortality to those who consume it, keeping them young and never aging. Bulocho is often depicted in tales as a favorite of the Sipjangsaeng, or immortal beings, who live forever thanks to its powers. Even the ancient Chinese emperor Qin Shi Huang was captivated by this legend, sending envoys to find the elusive herb. While the existence of bolocho has never been scientifically proven, it remains a powerful symbol in Korean culture. It represents the human desire for longevity and the harmony between nature and life. In Korea's Sipjangsaeng, bolocho holds a central place,
reflecting the deep cultural wish for health and eternal life. In Korean traditional culture, deer are a symbol of immortality and longevity. Ancient Koreans considered deer to be one of the 10 generations, symbolizing eternal life and health. Deer represents elegance and peace, and is described as a calm and mysterious being. Deer appear as a sacred animal in many legends and folk stories. For example, deer that appear with mountain spirits are known to bring good luck and long life. Also, deer antlers are considered symbols of regeneration and immortality because they grow anew every year. Deer also frequently appears in Korean traditional art. Folk paintings during the Joseon Dynasty include peaches and pine trees, along with deer, which are meant to pray for a long life and happiness. Also, deer-shaped Bronze Age artifacts show how important they were to ancient Koreans. In Korean traditional culture, mountains are sacred beings that symbolize eternal life and immortality. An element of Sipjangsaeng, mountains remain steadfast, symbolizing eternal life and stability. 10 elements represent eternal life in Korea, of which the mountain itself is a symbol of constant vitality and immortality. The mountain stays there for a long time, enduring nature's cycle, and reminds people of strength and solidity with its sky-high appearance. In Korean traditional landscape painting, mountains are always centrally located and depicted as beings connecting heaven and earth. These mountains were considered the source of life and a place where all lives were born and returned. The mountains are also considered sacred places where the gods stayed and have been worshipped as an immortal symbol since ancient times. Mountains have shown their importance in Korean folktales and legends. They are the guardians of nature's order and have played a role in preserving eternal life as a sacred being. In Korean traditional culture, pine trees are a symbol of eternal life and immortality. Pine trees are one of the 10 longest-lived, symbolizing long life and strength due to their ability to remain green throughout the 4 seasons. In particular, they have the power to deeply root and survive long periods of time, even in harsh environments. Pine trees are easily seen in Korea's mountains and fields, and their strong vitality represents the Korean spirit. Also, they have been regarded as sacred trees, playing an important role in old myths and legends. For example, legends from the Silla dynasty say that pine trees appeared in the dream of a king and predicted peace in the country. Pine trees also frequently appear in traditional Korean paintings and architecture. During the Joseon Dynasty, cranes symbolizing longevity were painted along with pine trees in folk paintings and folding screens, and pine trees were planted around old houses and temples to shade and protect them. In the East, the crane is considered a symbol of Buddhist affairs and longevity, as one of the 10 long-lived species. 10 long-lived species contain 10 elements that symbolize animals and plants that live longer and stay healthy. Symbols of the crane's Buddhist dance and longevity are deeply embedded in the art and culture of Korea and Japan, as well as in China. For example, in traditional Korean folk paintings, cranes are mainly drawn with pine trees, as both elements mean longevity. Pine trees are always considered a symbol of vitality, with their solidity and green appearance throughout the 4 seasons. Another meaning of the crane is purity and luck. Especially the use of objects with cranes on them at weddings means that couples wish to grow old and live happily together. Also, origami is common in Japan for cranes, which are believed to live 1,000 years, which are used as a way to deliver messages of peace and recovery. The sun is one of the most important elements of Korean teenage years. As the source of life, the sun symbolizes eternal light and vitality. Traditionally, the sun was considered the source of all life and the existence that controls the passage of time. Ancient Korean culture also prayed for the king's authority and the country's prosperity through the sun. The day begins when the sun rises, and the light gives life to all living things. In particular, the sun and the moon often appear together in court murals and paintings during the Joseon Dynasty. It symbolizes the king and queen, wishing for their eternal rule and prosperity of the country. Even today, the sun remains an important symbol in Korean traditional art and represents the power of nature at the center of our lives. The sun is not just a celestial body, but an important symbol of eternal life and hope for Koreans.